I started this painting when I was doing my tattoo apprenticeship, and I started with this dude I met when I was 16, because I used to hang out at a tattoo shop down the street from my house with a friend, and she was underage but like piercing there at the time, and it was just hood as fuck, which was really exciting for me to be a part of. And so many years later, after blowing glass, I decided, you know what, I'm tired of being lonely, and I feel like I need to talk to people about all these big ideas I have, and like, you know, pick people's brain in the world. But I reached back out, like, I think it was exactly 10 years that I reached back out to the community, and I was able to join this shop. And then later, one of the owners dropped out, and so the homie that I had who started it was like, man, we need to do like a whole new start with this shop. We gotta change the name, change the style, do all these things. And he actually picked a name that came to me that night. So in a sense, I got to name the exact tattoo shop that I apprenticed at, which was very cool to me. And then eventually I changed to a shop in the downtown area of Tacoma instead of like in the, well, I shouldn't say downtown, but it was actually the ghetto. And it was an all-woman shop, and I was like, damn, this is about to be my time, you know? I'm not with this group of people who is partying as much. It was more art-focused and like intense. But of course, I brought the same part of myself there, I guess. So I didn't have as much discipline then as I do now to stay away from certain substances. So it ended up being very similar. So now that I'm sober, I just passed my 1 year without alcohol, like 5 days ago. I wonder if tattooing would be something worth picking up again. But I did often find, since I was a walk-in artist, and you know, the economy in Tacoma is not great. So you don't get a lot of walk-ins, and then I was always on something, whether it be kratom, drinking, and then you could imagine the list of the rest. But I wouldn't expect it, and then my hands would be mad shaky. I would get all in my head. So now that that's not something I have to worry about, I'm always curious. But it's like, since I'm so fresh here, I don't necessarily want to leave my dog all day. That was always a problem with every craft I had. It's like, yeah, but I want to be at home, and then I want my animals. So it was like always a problem, because people who aren't very conscious about their animals will be like, oh, he's fine. And I'm like, why would I have an animal to leave them alone for 8 to 10 hour stints? And then they'd be like, you gotta grind to be a tattoo artist. And I'd just be like, yeah, but you could grind at home. You could still practice at home and then execute. But the problem is like, yes, that makes sense, but if you don't have the discipline to do it, then you're just talking. Like, yeah, everything's possible, but when you're just talking about it, it's like mental masturbation. You're not really putting the effort and consistency in to build the speed or the skill set, whatever. So I always fail. But now I do feel it's possible. I'm trying not to force myself into any craft or personality archetype because I'm aware that I change so often that I should just do the thing when I feel led to do it, and then something will be birthed out of that organically rather than I should. That's not getting me a lot of places in the world. So I'm like, I should just take it day by day. I should just practice consistency and self-awareness and discipline. Like, you know, with that will come the right craft. Some things you don't have to try so hard to do. Some things just form. And that's kind of leading you to your purpose, I would assume. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, painting is ideal because you can be at home, and then you can, if you really try hard enough, you can put on shows, and that's, you know, you could be in collaboration with any kind of show. You could be a live painter during a concert. You can be helping with any gallery setups or fashion shows or music events or whatever by just simply offering to go there and set up all your canvases, and then it's a win-win situation. I think when you start to have that mindset, a problem solver, opportunistic, but in a way that it feeds both parties. Like, you're not a slime ball. You're just trying to make do with what you have. There's a difference. So with that in mind, possibilities open up to you, like the world opens up to you. And I feel I have to just be willing to be vulnerable. That's a pretty difficult thing for me. I don't know why, but the idea of like being known is annoying. Like, even when I walk out of my house and I have neighbors that I have a good rapport with, like, I enjoy talking with them and they nourish me, it's draining. Even though it's always good for me, it's draining to talk to people. I'm like, even when it's like things that are little, they're giving me golden nuggets. I don't know why. I'm just like, maybe it maybe is the new area, like, because it's so cold too and everything. I'm like already in a bad mood. But fortunate enough for me, it is apparently the warmest winter that I could have come into. And I know it won't end for a couple months, but I believe that was on purpose because I didn't have the gear to really trust, like, -3 degree whatever and snow for days, and then my dog adjusting to leaving everything behind and having a yard that he could run in. Like, yeah, fuck a yard, he had an acre in woods and a fence. Like, he was busting ass. Sometimes I'd be scared he was gonna have a heart attack because, you know, when a dog pants so big that like their face is ripping open, that's how it would be. You could see every tooth in his mouth and the back of his throat, and then, you know, the tongue gets all misshapen and everything. It's like, are they gonna catch their breath? I would worry. I don't know why, but I'm always worried about my dog. I'm like, are you okay? He's so tender to me. Even though he's a guard dog and he's crazy, he's like everything to me. Cause I used to make fun of people when they would call out of work sick or whatever because their animal died. I'd be like, you never been through no shit in your life. Are you kidding me? Can't fucking get over your dog dying. Now that I have a dog, I'm like, oh. It's like a human. I really get it now. It really is a human. It's like a guide for you. It's your protector. It's your everything. Sometimes even a protector of yourself, because think about how many nights I wouldn't have come home from the bar and I would have went to a stranger's house if I didn't have Hopi. Or just even his vibe check on people. Like, they're there for a reason. Cats, though, I don't understand. In the home. I think it's gross. Having litter around all the time. Or like having shit from an animal in a box in your house. It's just not it. I mean, I respect that they have like a psychic awareness to an extent, but it's like, okay, but I'm pretty spiritual. I'm pretty fucking woo-woo. And I still would assume they have a practical use. Like, at least killing rodents. I'm not spiritual, but I'm practical. But I think I am a dog, also. I think I have dog spirit in me. I'm loyal to the tribe. And I aim to please, which is like really embarrassing to say, but it is true. Like, I have people-pleasing tendencies, It's better than have narcissistic tendencies, which I'm sure I do too. They probably both come from trauma, I feel like. Or just, fuck that. Sometimes it's just human nature, like the mammalian brain. It is a tribal ingrained security that we have in our mind. So that is fair too. Well, I want this painting to sell so that I don't have to worry about rent, because I don't want to worry about rent, and I want to take my dog to the Gwuma. I keep telling him that every day. Hope he's gonna go to the Gwuma, because I know he needs it super bad. And I have already taken credit out to get a tick off of him. Which, if I would have known it was a tick, I would have just ripped it off. But it was so ginormous and freaky. It looked like a little alien. Well, when I found it on him, it looked like a cyst. That's why I took him to the hospital. I didn't want to, like, move it, because I just didn't know. Like, it was black. I brushed him. And then when I was petting him, I found it. And it was black. And, like, you could feel, like a liquid in it. And it was large. And then I cried and I thought he had cancer. And my roommate was like, calm down. It's probably just a cyst. And helped me through it. And then the next day, we were fighting at this point too. Or we were in no contact. It's not that we were fighting, but I had blasted off. And regardless, she kind of pushed me a little bit to get going and take him to the vet. She's like, I'm available. I think you should do it. You should not wait. And then took me. And at this point, it was white today. So I think really, when I was fucking with it, I did something to maybe hurt it or kill it, or maybe it was inflamed from brushing him. I have no idea. But the next day, when the vet moved it, it came off him like a little piece of cotton. She was like, wop, 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 wop. I was like, damn, $200 for that. But that's why I was crying when I thought he had cancer, because I was like, I can't spend $1,000 on this dog. Like, if that's what it comes down to, I can't do that. I don't have anything. And it's like, I'm not gonna sell the little jewelry I have from my family history to keep my dog alive. I would do it to give myself a housing or something, yes, because that's like, I don't know, it's so complex. To even have to make that kind of decision is brutal. But luckily for me, oh, my feet are falling asleep. Spirit was looking out, and it was just a baby little tick, and I was able to put it on a little credit card. And he had a little ear thing going on, and I got him some ear stuff too, but I still struggle to put it in because he's just not putting up with it. But I've done well. I used to be a huge pushover with him, so I've had to learn to like have the right energy to be alpha. And I think that that's helped a lot for me, because it's like, even though I know he could hurt me, I don't know why, but I feel that I am still more powerful, even though he has like could bite the fuck out of me. I'm like, well, I'll fucking do this or that. Like, I don't know, I don't have to make up scenarios in my head anymore. I just feel confident. It's like with time it just developed, which is nice. But I still have that emotional tie where it's like, I don't want to hurt him. And sometimes you have to do that. Like, you have to, I don't know, rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak. Well, I'm not sure if this video is really working out, but I'm gonna pause it for a second.